Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of John's never-ending list of random things to do. For today's video, I will be working on my 2019 Honda Civic Hatchback Sport. Roughly 10 to 15,000 miles, you want to rotate your tires, so the back will be going to the front, and the front will be going to the back. Since I will be working on the passenger side, I'll chalk off the wheels on the driver's side. Going back to the passenger side, use a 19mm socket and a breaker bar to break these lug nuts loose. Once you've loosened all the lug nuts on the back wheel, proceed to break the lug nuts loose on the front wheel. I will be using this as my jack-up point. It is located right behind the front wheel. Now proceed to jack up the car. Looking at this setup, it doesn't look safe at all. So on the back side of the vehicle, you want to put a jack stand at this point right here. Now you want to lower the jack just a little bit so the vehicle rests on the jack. Looking at this setup, it looks a little bit safer than before. I started by completely removing the lug nuts on the front wheel. With the lug nuts loose, give the side of the wheel a hit to break the wheel loose. Now remove the wheel. With the wheel out of the way, let's do a quick inspection. The disc brake seems to be okay, a little warpage. The outside brake pad seems to be in good shape. To inspect the back side of the brake pads, you want to use a light and look down this crack. The brake line seems to be in great shape with no noticeable cracks. Looking further back, we have a rubber boot and a bushing here. None of them are broken or cracked. Inspecting the shock, you'll want to see if there's any oil leaking. If there are any oil leaking, you might consider replacing that shock. Now to check the end links, check to see if these rubber boots are broken. Last of all, in the front, check the rubber boot on the axle and the ball joint. Everything seems to be in great shape. Now I'll be completely removing the lug nuts on the back wheel. With all the lug nuts removed, give the side of the wheel a tap to break the wheel loose, then remove the wheel. Now let's go ahead and do a quick inspection. Brake disc seems to be okay, a little warpage. The outer brake pad looks to be in good shape. To inspect the backside of the brake pad, you'll want to use a light and look down here. A quick inspection of the shock and everything looks dry. Next, you want to check these rubber bushings. You want to see if they're cracked or completely broken. If you find any that are cracked or broken, you might want to consider replacing them soon. With the wheels off, you should inspect the tires for any nails. If you look at the inner side of my tire, you'll see one side is low and one side is high. This is due to camber or toe issue. So that means I'll need to get an alignment soon. Now that I'm done inspecting the tires, I'll go ahead and give the backside of the wheel a wash. Cleaning the backside of the wheel is completely optional, and it's up to you as the owner to decide what you want to do. For soap, I just use regular car wash soap. Now go ahead and clean the wheels as best as possible. And dry them off completely. It's finally time to reinstall the wheels. Remember, the back ones are going to the front and the front ones are going to the back. Since these are original wheels and are hub-centric, keep one foot at the bottom of the wheel while trying to seat the wheel properly. Once the wheel seats properly, keep your foot at the bottom of the wheel. This will hold the wheel completely centered while you install the lug nuts and tightening them up as much as you can by hand. Great, now with the front wheel installed, go ahead and do the same for the rear. Again, we'll get these lug nuts as tight as possible by hand. Now we can proceed to jack the car up. To remove the jack stand, then completely lower the jack to the floor. Now you want to torque down your lug nuts to 80 foot-pound, and we're going to go in a star pattern. Now with the rear lug nuts torqued, don't forget to do the front ones. If you open the driver's side door and look at the door jamb, you'll see this sticker right here. This sticker tells you how much pressure to put in the front wheel and the back wheel. The rear wheel required 33 psi when cold, and the front wheel required 35 psi when cold. Once you're done, reinstall the valve stem caps. Now if the wheels rotated on the passenger side, you'll want to do the same thing for the driver's side. Once all 4 tires have been rotated, go to the vehicle settings, navigate to Tpms Calibration, then click OK. Now looking at the owner's manual, a tire rotation is equal to code 1. So in your vehicle settings under Maintenance Info, navigate to Item 1 Only, then click OK. Alright, now everything is calibrated and reset. And that's all there is to it to a tire rotation. I hope some of you found this video helpful. If you did and you liked it, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next random project.